A very warm welcome to one and all present here. It is with great pride and pleasure we invite you all to this inaugural program. May I request Mr. Prime Point Srinivasan to deliver his welcome address, who is the founder chairman of Sansad Ratna Awards Committee and NGPL.
Good evening to all. Honorable Minister Sri Arjun Ram Meghwalji, Sri T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, Mrs. Rahena Amir from London, and distinguished guests. It's a great honor for me to welcome you all to this unique inaugural function. Normally, we used to have it in offline mode. This time, because of the COVID, it has changed the way of our communication now. If we are holding it on an auditorium, we'll be having a few people only from the city. Now we are having people from across the world, even from London, Australia, across the country, different parts of this country. We are having members. Welcome you all. Before I go out, I just want to brief you. This is NGPL, Next Gen Political Leaders, is one of the initiatives of our e-magazine Presence, and it's an offshoot of Sansad Ratna Awards Committee. Presence was started on suggestions of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to provide a positive journalism way back in March 2006. Till April 2020, we have published 158 monthly editions. It is a digital-only magazine. The Presence has got 5 initiatives. First one being Educational Loan Task Force, where we create an awareness about educational loan among all students and parents. Even when Mr. Meghwalji was the Minister of State Finance, we had done a lot of work. We used to take up a lot of problems and issues. He used to be kind enough to take up the matter with the bureaucracy, and he got it solved. That is one of the achievements. And next one is Sansad Ratna Awards. Sansad Ratna Award was also started on the suggestion of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, because normally we have been knowing only the bad side of the politics, but at the same time we don't even recognize who are the right persons in the parliament or assembly. So we thought we can recognize those people who are best performing parliamentarians. Dr. Kalam himself inaugurated in 2010 the first edition. We had completed 10 years, and we were partnership with IIT Madras. Then in the 10th edition was held at Raj Bhavan, Delhi, the Darbar Hall. It was telecast live by Doordarshan also. In fact, proudly I can say that Mr. Arjun Ram Meghwalji was one of the outstanding parliamentarians of 15th Lok Sabha, and he was given Sansad Maharatna Award. That means that is the Consistence Award for the 15th Lok Sabha. He was in 15th Lok Sabha, he was considered as one of the best debaters. In 16th Lok Sabha and the current 17th Lok Sabha, he has become a minister. He is a jury committee. He is the chairman of the jury committee now. And the next is the NGPL. NGPL is an offshoot of Sansad Ratna Awards, where we have a lot of eminent parliamentarians. We thought that we can channelize all their talents to the young political aspirants. That is how this NGPL concept came up, and it is a registered NGO. The fourth initiative is the Digital Security Association of India, where we are always living on the digital world, where the security is very important. We create an awareness, and we have a Digital Security Association. Next one is Digital Journalists Association of India. Digital journalism is very important. The digital journalism, now the journalism itself has undergone a tremendous process. And from print journalism, we are moving away towards the digital journalism. How else we have to behave and all. We are creating a more of awareness about that. With these 5 initiatives, this is the flagship initiative is Sansad Ratna Awards. And we are planning to have the next Sansad Ratna Awards in on July 29th, 2020 at the Constitution Club. We don't know whether how the things will be moving. Otherwise, it will be fixed on a dates comfortable and as per the program, as per the rules of the Government of India. With that, we welcome all of you for this inaugural session of this certificate course. The certificate course was thought of because every time we see people preparing, people conducting a coaching center for IAS or engineering or any other profession, but for politics, we never do that. Because politics is very important in the country, or in the world. So we say, sir, I hate politics, I dirty politics. So much of words are noises are, but one thing we don't remember, that every action is or the governance is done by a politics. Even if today the lockdown is extended, it is a political decision, not a bureaucratic decision. So we need to have people at the top, politicians, as a very good, efficient, learned people. So in that, earlier during the freedom movement, we had an excellent politicians. Now we are slowly we are saying dirty and other thing. Good people are not coming. Politics is a good profession. We need to train the people for politics. Even Arjun Ram Meghwalji is an IAS officer turned politician. He is one of the outstanding persons and one of the outstanding ministers in the current government also. We need people like him in the ministry. We need people like him in the governance. So we need to train up. So with that keeping in mind, we thought it's a nascent attempt by us. It is only an initial attempt. We have, with the support of Mr. T.S. Krishnamurthy and even IIM Professor Dr. Ramesh is there, and even Mr. Srinivasa Prabhu, Joint Secretary, retired as a Lok Sabha, Dr. Jagannathan, eminent Board of Studies members. We have designed a module which will be excellent for the aspiring, politically aspiring. This is a level 1 only. We are making an experiment. We have lined up a lot of eminent Sansad Ratna awardees, parliamentarians and legislators, and even Badrigiri Madhav, Mr. N.K. Premachandran, both are by excellent, outstanding parliamentarians. Our former DGP, Mr. Nataraj, and even my Madurai MLA, Mr. P.T.R. Thagarajan. They are all outstanding politicians. They are also coming for an interactive session, and the participants are going to have a good time. And Priya, National President of NGPL and the Program Director, will explain further. With this, I welcome all of the participants and all our invitees and guests, and Mr. Meghwalji, Mr. TSK, and Rehana Amir for this inaugural session. I have heard about Rehana Amirji, and she is an Indian-born lady in London. She is a common councillor in City of London, and she is after so many years or 1,000 years, the first Indian to take a seat in the corporation is Rehana Amir. We are very Indian, should be proud of her. She represents the young Indian, young politician, and she has won from the constituency of Europeans. This is normally, it is very difficult for Indians to win from constituency. One day she was telling, when she was in Chennai last year, that there in London, the political parties train their own cadre, and when they train, they pick up the candidates for the election. That's how she was also elected in the Labour. She is now a member of the Labour Party. She was selected by her party to contest an election, and she has won. That whereas there is nowhere in the world a common forum to train all the political aspirants is not there. Probably respective political parties in India also, they may or they may not do that. This is a platform for all the political aspirants to discuss and earn knowledge. I welcome you all. Over to Priya.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such a deep description about our initiative. It is with so much of passion and conviction we started this online certification program on polity, governance and politics. We have an esteemed board of studies with experts from various specialities who have helped us frame this curriculum. May I take this opportunity to introduce our board of studies. Sri T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, heads the board of studies. Sri Krishnamurthy sir was pivotal in introducing electronic voting machine in a single stroke to this world's largest democracy in 2004 general election. Sir introduced the term Nota in Indian elections, and he is our guiding force and patron to Sansad Ratna. Professor Dr. G. Ramesh from IIM Bangalore. He served briefly with Indian Economic Service. Presently, he teaches public policy in IIM Bangalore. Professor Dr. Jagannathan, who's provost in St. Teresa University, West Indies, and former Vice Chancellor of Middle East University, UAE. He is an established scientist and an academician. Sri Srinivasa Prabhu, Joint Secretary, retired Lok Sabha Secretariat. He was an official for 10 Lok Sabhas and has extensively worked in the well of the House. He is an authority in parliamentary rules and procedures and has trained various new parliamentarians. We have an esteemed list of facilitators and special guests who will be taking the course. So to begin with, it is Mrs. Priyam Vada, who's a TV journalist and has a rich experience of interacting with experienced politicians, including former Chief Minister Dr. J.J. Jayalalitha and Dr. M. Karunanidhi. P.T.R. Thiagarajan, Honorable MLA from DMK Party. He is a chemical engineer from NIT, Trichy, and MBA from MIT Cambridge. Sri Bhartrihari Mathur from BJD, six-time MP, an expert in parliamentary affairs and procedures and parliamentary committees. He has won Outstanding Parliamentarian Award and Sansad Ratna Award as well. MP Sri N.K. Premachandran from RSP, Kerala. He was a former minister in the government of Kerala. He is an expert in private member bills and a law graduate. He is a recipient of Sansad Ratna Award as well. He is a graduate in law. Advocate Purvish Malkin, who's practicing in Supreme Court of India for the past 15 years, and he's an advocate on record as well. So Professor Dr. Sridhar from Madras Christian College has an experience of 30 years in teaching political science, and he's an expert in international relations. Professor Dr. Bharti Chhabbar, who has about 16 years of experience in teaching political science in Delhi University. Sri R. Natarajan, former DGP Tamil Nadu, who's presently an MLA in AIADMK. He is the former chairman of Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission, which is a constitutional body. So, not to forget, we have Rehana ma'am with us. So, who has first of all, I would like to thank you, ma'am, for accepting to be our NGPL Goodwill Ambassador. And on the other hand, she has also agreed to take a class in reference to giving us an idea about how London Corporation actually works. So we have modulated this entire set of speakers and the guest list with a lot of meticulously, with complete high meticulously. And so I request and I presume that all of you will be of getting of a high, the experience, you will get a very rich experience out of it. So to begin with, can I request Madam Rehana Amir to share your to share a few words about this course, ma'am? So she has got disconnected, unfortunately. So may I request Sri TSK sir to share a few words about this course, so then we will get Rehana ma'am on board.
Distinguished guests, Honorable Minister and participants, I'm delighted to be associated with this inaugural function for next generation political leaders. Well, I have always been saying that India needs excellent young politicians to improve the quality of politics in this country. On the day of my retirement, when the pressmen asked me whether I would join politics, I had to tell them, considering the present political scenario containing criminality, corruption, and chicanery, I would not join politics. I would have loved to join politics if only it was a clean politics. So India needs clean politics. I think after more than 70 years of independence, we have every right, people have every right to expect good politics in this country, and democracies need, for survival, good leaders. So I'm very glad that an historic initiative has been taken by Mr. Prime Point Srinivasan and his team of people. And it is indeed a unique moment to have the digital inauguration of this function. My hearty congratulations to Sansad Ratna team. I have also gone through your contents of the program. I would emphasize that you should include as much of parliamentary procedures, parliamentary rules in the discussion, at least the highlights them. Second important thing is the need to tolerate others speaking in the parliament. Very often as an official, I have attended many parliament meetings and committee meetings. These meetings, committee meetings are probably more interesting because they are more focused. But the point is that the young leaders should know tolerance is the key. Tolerance and rule of law are the keys to efficient and quality democracy. If this initiative progresses well in course of time to train a lot of young political leaders, I think you would have served the cause of the nation very well. My best wishes, my greetings to every one of you. And I sincerely hope that this type of certification courses will continue, will also give highlights of the democratic institutions, how they function, and the need for improving the quality of Indian democracy. May I say thank you very much for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. That was really very guiding of you. And do we have Rehana ma'am on as well? Like, I think
Yes.
she is connected with us again.
Yes.
Yes, I got, sorry,
Yes,
I got
ma'am.
a little, there was a technical glitch. I got disconnected. So,
So we
yeah.
were just wanting to hear from you, ma'am, in regards to help, motivating youngsters to join politics and about this course as well.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Priya. And thank you to the NGPL team for, giving me this opportunity to be here this evening. I would say it's afternoon here in London. So, I mean, I just wanted to just make a small correction, Mr. Srinivasan, in terms of my introduction. Yes, I'm a member of the Labour Party, but I stood as an independent candidate in the City of London elections. So that's a small correction which I just wanted to say as part of my introduction. So I mean, I once again I would like to really thank you all for inviting me here this for this inaugural launch, and good evening to everyone, the honorable dignitaries and all the participants. And I was quite impressed to see the number of participants who had joined into this virtual launch today. And all I would say is two things. Politics requires diversity and inclusion. And with India, the population, if you see, 48% of the Indian population are women, and over 60% of the Indian population are youth. So it's one of the largest country with the youngest population on record. So I think platforms like these are very important so that there is enough representation of this diverse group of the population, the women as well as the youngsters. And courses like these are quite really are enablers to help political aspirants to be part of the mainstream political system. And I could give my example as such here, and which is what Mr. Srinivasan also mentioned, that I mean, when I wanted to start my political journey, I didn't have much sort of an understanding what politics is all about. And thanks to the Fabian Women's Network Mentoring Program, that where I got selected, and it's quite a competitive process. And women from all over the UK were chosen, and there were around 20 women who were chosen to undergo this mentoring program. And that was really an eye-opener, or I would say it really gave me the confidence and the knowledge in terms of how I could really create a difference in the society by being actively involved in frontline politics. And one, talking on the inclusivity and diversity, yes, we need this kind of representation to have a voice to for people to understand what the needs of this kind of population are and how they are better represented. And second thing is on an experience or a knowledge perspective. I mean, we always tend to forget that each one of us, with whatever academic background we have, we develop a range of skills, and these are all transferable skills. And politics is no different in terms of, because politics requires decision-making skills, problem-solving skills, analytical thinking skills, and these skills we develop as part of our academic education. For example, I mean, India has a huge population of engineers, and engineers have very good analytical problem solving skills, and we have a lot of IT professionals who are very good in decision making skills, and which is what they use in their day-to-day jobs. And these skills are really quite keen even from a political perspective. And this is something which I learned as part of the mentoring program, that these skills can be transferable in a political context as well, in the decision making process, in the governance process, and how to improve things. So the main thing is, it's not about, I mean, of course, we always have a myth politics is not for me, it's not my cup of tea. But it is beyond that, and it is also another profession. And as once we start thinking that that is also a profession, then I think all these myths will be will be cleared. And I would say opportunities like these are very good, and I would encourage all the youngsters and women, both of them, to really make use of these platforms, make use of the knowledge and the expertise that is available at the NGPL, and develop their political aspirations and create a difference in the community and the society. And we talk about sustainable business, we talk about sustainable climate, but I mean, of course, politics also is, we need sustainable politics. And for politics to be sustainable, we need diversity, we need inclusion of ideas, thoughts, and processes. And with this, I would like to conclude here, and I would like to congratulate the whole team, and I wish all of the participants and the organizers best, and good luck with your career aspirations. And I'm happy to support wherever I could within my remit. And thanks once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was really thoughtful, and it was really encouraging to hear it from your end. Shri Arjun Ram Meghwalji, who had been our guiding star right from the time we've started Sansad Ratna, and for others to understand, Arjun Ram Meghwalji is our Sansad Ratna Awards Committee chairman, and he has been an extraordinary performer, and he has won consecutive awards of Sansad Ratna, and because of him, we were feeling honored to keep giving him awards every year. And then we started another award called Sansad Ratna Maharatna, so which we thought like we have to give him an additional respect for all that outstanding experiences which he's sharing with us. So today it is it is such a pleasure to have our Honorable Minister and to give us inaugural address, Mr. Arjun Ram Meghwalji, Honorable MOS Parliamentary Affairs. That please, can we hear from you?
Thank you, Priya ji. It's a good conference or good discussions going on. It's a program on polity, governance and politics. And it is a program of online certificate, and it is a program for the political aspirants, young politicians and political enthusiasts on polity, governance and politics. In this program, the chief guest, Sri T.S. Krishnamurthy ji, the former Chief Election Commissioner of India, and Srinivasan ji. He is my friend, Srinivasan ji, or he is from Prime Point Foundation. And Priya ji is a director of NGPL, and Sri Bhuvnesh Devda ji, and so many others, and Rajendran, Bharat Mata Mohan and Prithvi and all Sansad Ratna team, or the member of the Education Loan Task Force. Very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to have a discussions with on polity, governance and politics. Srinivasan ji, we are in a democratic setup. India adopted a parliamentary form of a government. In a parliamentary form of a government, we have a system. System means we have a 4 pillar of a democratic setup. One is a legislative wing. The second is a executive wing. The third is a judiciary wing. And fourth is a, that is not mentioned in the Constitution of India, but by virtue of his work and importance, the media is also the 4th pillar of a democratic setup in the system. When we are talking, then we should join the decision-making process. So some people are joining executive. The executive means from peon to minister. All IAS officer, IPS officer, revenue services, inspector, police, all that. They are the part of the executive wing of the democratic setup of any country. India is a democratic country. So we also adopted a democratic setup, parliamentary form of a government. In that particular form of a government, we have a system, and system depends on the fourth pillar of the democracy. I'm talking about this legislative wing, then executive. The legislative wings belongs all the public representative in the country. Shrimati Rahena Amir, he's joining us from London. She is joining from London. She is a public representative, but she belongs to any political party doesn't mean. But she belongs to a legislative wing of any democratic setup of any country. I am a minister. I belongs to legislative wing. The moment I become a minister, I become a head of the executive wing. So I am a part of the legislative wing, and I am a part of the head of the executive wing also. So legislative wing is also important. The executive wing is also important. The judiciary wing is also very important. Whatever the decision is taken by legislative wing and being implemented by the executive wing, whether they are going in the right direction or not, the legislative have enacted the act as per the constitution or not. So the judiciary has a power of the judicial review. The judiciary is also important, and the judge, the judicial worker, the judicial advocate, all belongs to a judiciary wing. So one is a legislative wing, second is a executive wing, third is a judiciary wing, and fourth is a media wing. All the media persons, even cameraman, photographer, reporter, editor, media is also from the print media, electronic media, social media, all belongs to a fourth pillar of the media of a democracy. A democratic setup, we have a four pillar. Every pillar is very important. So somebody say that politics is a bad game. The politics is a dirty game. I will not join the politics. That is not a true picture. That is not a true picture. That is why the former president of this country, APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab, thought that so many good people are in the public life, and the system is not recognizing them in a proper time. So we must have a organization. So he intervened. I am knowing this thing because Srinivasan has told me so many times. When Srinivasan and Director ITI Chennai discussing something, that there must be some good thing in the politics. We must recognize them. Then the APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab intervened, and he told that you take the lead as a civil society. That is why the Sansad Ratna award has emerged, and I am also recipient of the Sansad Ratna award. Now I am the team of the Sansad Ratna award. Srinivasan ji has told very rightly that the Srinivasan ji is heading a group of the Education Law Task Force Committee. When I was a Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Minister of State in the Government of India, when I was a minister, he approached me that in education loan process, there are so many complications and people are not getting loan easily. So I was there, so I intervened, I convened a meeting. He gave me a input I put in the decision-making process, and there was a output, and the output was a good. So many student has benefited on the decision. So who took the decisions? If the good people are in the system, then they can take a good decision in the system. So we should join the politics. Any system we must join. Who will take the decision? We must join the decision-making process. What is the decision-making process? The civil society people, the NGO, voluntary organization, or pressure group of this country, they give an input to a system. Whether the system belongs to a legislative wing, the system belongs to an executive wing, the system belongs to a judiciary wing, the system belongs to a media wing. They all give the input to the particular system. Suppose the Srinivasan rightly pointed out, the lockdown should be extended. From where the input has come, we put the input to the decision-making process. Then who took the decision? Who are taking the decision? The politicians who belongs to legislative wing as well as the executive wing. Suppose I am a minister. I am a MP also. If I am not MP, I cannot be a minister. So I belongs to a legislative wing as a MP, as a member of parliament, and I belongs to executive wing also, being a head of the executive team of the heavy industry and parliament affairs. So that is why a person is a good person in the politics is very important. So I told you that in the education loan system, then who can take a good decision? The good people can take a good decision. So in every system, there must be a good people. If there is not a good people, they cannot take a good decision. Who will suffer? The public will suffer. We want this. No, we don't want this, because our constitution says clearly. Our constitution, the first word, what is the first word of our constitution? We the people of India. We the people of India. We all belongs to we. When we are responsible, when we are accountable, then we should join the politics and we should select a good persons to represent us. If a person is representing our parliamentary constituency and we are not participating in the voting pattern, then we are not a good citizen. We have to take our responsibility. Or if we want, then we should join the politics. I am thankful to the Srinivasan. He always advocated this thing. The good people must join the politics. APJ Abdul Kalam has told us so many times. The good people must join the politics. That is why he told the year 2020 will be the very important year of this country. On which behalf he told? He thought that the good people must join the politics, and when they join the politics, they will take a good decision. They will lead a country like anything. That is why the APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab has told that the year, the 2020, will be the very important year of this country. Swami Vivekananda also told once upon a time when he was talking, and he was talking with their American friends of the journalism. Then the journalism people told that then who will liberate you when you will liberate? Now you are the British people are ruling you. Then Swamiji told clear cut. Swamiji in Chicago in year 1894, he told a group of journalists in the University of Michigan, this is your century. You can teach now, because we are not independent. This is your century right now. But 21st century is India's century. It is the word of Swami Vivekananda. What Maharishi Aurobindo has told in Pondicherry, some people ask questions on the future of India. Then he told that India will be a supramental power. Why he told these things? The Abdul Kalam 2020 will be the very important year for this country. India will achieve so many ability, capability in the sector of power, in the sector of agriculture, in the sector of the rural development. In the how he can told these things? Because he was knowing something. That is why the year 2020 is very important for this country. So we must join politics. We must join the decision-making process. That is the very important. Unless we join the decision-making process, we don't have any right to say the politicians are not a good man. We don't have a right. We must join. If we feel that the politics is a dirty game, then who will clean it? Who will clean it? It is our responsibility to clean the system, to provide a clean system to this country. It is our duty. That is why the framer of the constitutions, maker of the constitutions, told that we, the people of India, and all the joining this conference, webinar, the system, this video conference belongs to we. We have the power. So it is my conviction that we must join the politics so we can clean the, if there is a dirty system, then we have our duty to clean it. So I thank you again, Srinivasan ji and Priya ji and T.S. Krishnamurthy ji and Rehna Amir. She's joining from London, and all the dignitaries who are joining this webinar conference. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It is so kind of you to take up so much of your time to make us understand that criticizing politics is very easy, but to get into politics and be a part of politics is very challenging. And I'm sure we are all really motivated, and I'm sure few people will step into politics hearing your speech.